Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a reading for a sign of Cancer. Keep in mind that this will not resonate for every Cancer. If you'd like a personal reading, that's going to be the first link in the description down below. Repeat that, first link in the description down below for a personal reading. You'll also find a bunch of other things in the description there. You can find my Etsy shop, which has my tarot and my oracle cards on there. Holographic stickers, as well as a mini holographic version of my oracle cards. Pins, which are acrylic pins, so you have the Green Man pin, Serapis Bay pin, White Raven pin. All that's in the description down below. My Etsy shop. You also find my shirt store, my website, different social media platforms I'm on, as well as Patreon. All that's in the description down below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. I do appreciate donations here. So Cancer, let's see what Spirit has in store for yourself. Number 33, which is an important number, we have Ragnarok. Number 18, I don't know how to pronounce these, but we'll get the book to pronounce these, actually. Or 20. 26. 36 with Sunstone. 25 with the Void. Number 6. Number 11. So what do we have first? Number 6, I believe. So this with Cane Oz, whatever. It says, the forward is illuminated. Be the change you wish to see. Don't just talk. Embody your message to the world. No one can know everything, so learn from trusted others or elders. By illuminating our shadows, we understand ourselves and our behaviors more deeply. Okay. It says, the way the craftsman runs his hands over the wood and knows what is already within it. As creation floats the surface, lit from within, the knowledge of both appears. Obvious for those that would see. It says, I am Cane Oz. Oz. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that right, but either way, who cares? It says, in the days of the Vikings, there were no formal schools, and the ability to read and write was rare. Therefore, skills were passed from one person to another by example over an extended period of time, much like today's trade apprenticeships. If you were a boat builder, for instance, you taught others boat building step by step. If you're a blacksmith, those who wanted to learn from you would start by watching you, then move on to building and stoking the fire, then to finding the metal, and finally, by practicing transforming the metal into things of beauty and use. The teacher engaged not only to show the student the process of their craft, but also to reveal the strengths and weaknesses in the student's way. And this, it was believed, increases the student's artistry and craft. This kind of magic, this alchemy among the teacher and the student, and that which was being created, is the illumination at the heart of Cane Oz. It says Cane Oz is both the torch and the fire of kinship. It is the force that shows us the right way forward and reveals to us the knowledge we need to be at our best. The Vikings would often turn elders or others who had experience in process or subject and seek their cooperation. Then those with the knowledge would share it in formal councils, convened to solve whatever issue was at hand. This element is air and fire. Okay, look at this. So your way here is being illuminated. You're being enlightened here. I feel like with knowledge, with trade, with craft here, Cancer, things that you're actually seeking. Okay? What's the next one? Is it 11? I think it is just 11. So we have Issa. A temporary pause or halt. It is prudent to stop and wait for a better time. Be silent and regroup. Understand that something may be frozen in place for a time. This is beneficial. Do not allow others to control you or your time. What flows may be stilled for a time. What stings may be silenced for a time, but its nature, its movement, and it will return, paused, quiet to what it is. I am Issa. The Vikings were surrounded by ice, glaciers, icy mountains, frozen rivers, and streams. All were commonplace to their environment much of the year. The way that the normally flowing element of water was stilled into ice was magical to the Norse, and this pausing of things is what Issa represents. Issa means ice, and it's one of the elder Futhark. If we consider the impact of ice on water, we can see that it exerts a steadying control. It slows the water's path, it makes us wait. For us, Issa can be used to quiet an unsteady mind or a racing heart. It's an excellent aid to meditation and a focus for times when we need to slow down our decision making. Issa also focuses the will, that steely, somewhat icy part of ourselves that may need to be activated to accomplish something difficult. It helps us draw upon our reserves and settles our flightiness. This element is water here. So Cancer, this is like the need to slow down before you make those decisions. Okay, there's something here. So a little bit more of your cards. For 18. Slowing down before you just jump into something. It says, from something small and insignificant, something big will grow. A birth, literal or figurative, will change your life. Take the current opportunity for a fresh start. Keep your plans close to your chest. Silence is wisdom's best reply. So Berkanu. A tiny seed, oh my god, I can't speak. A tiny seed, a fruit of my own, sets down upon the softness, its root small but determined. No one sees, no one hears, and all grows stronger. Ready soon, but not yet. My will made physical, I am Berkanu. Berkanu is the ruin of the birch, a straight, beautiful white-barked tree with eye-like markings on its trunk. Birches are the Norse tree of new beginnings, and Berkanu has at its energetic heart two concepts, birth and secrecy. For Viking women, giving birth was dangerous. When a woman went into labor, she was taken to a woman-only sanctuary away from men and children. There, the other women sang songs of welcome and magic to ease the mother's pain. If birth was successful, the doors were opened to all the members of the family, and new stories of magic were woven in to integrate the birth of the child into his or her own family in the wider community. Berkanu was also used to mark vows of silence or secrecy, and those that broke such oaths were punished. Today, with gossip extending into bullying and other negative business, the balancing energies of Berkanu are needed more than ever. When we are birthing something new, whether it be a new business, creative project, or a new relationship, it is wise to keep our plans and dreams quiet and protected. Why? Because our plans are the most vulnerable in the early stages of growth, just like a fetus at the womb. The early days are the most risky. Therefore, it is wise to keep that which is new and precious close to our chest while it gains power and momentum. Many a project or dream is crushed in its early stages by someone's careless critique or negative comment. Element is earth. Okay, Cancer. So I feel like you're learning something here. You're wanting to create an idea. You're wanting to do something new here. Alright, pursue that, but also kind of slow down a bit and not tell everyone about it. Okay? Like, wait till it's actually out there. So we have number 20. Which is right here. Manos? Develop yourself in all ways you can. Fulfill your potential. Do not shy away from the collective consciousness. Human nature means mistakes are made, but we can learn from them. Working with and for the community is becoming important for you. Be rational about an issue rather than emotional. It says, from the God's breath I came and was made whole. Life given, faith chosen, word bestowed and flowed. But it is now up to me to move and to choose. It is up to me to shimmer the carvings, to shake the tree. I am Manos. This represents us, humans, humanity, humankind, our common strengths and weaknesses. Remind us that we are all human, that we are more alike than ever, or that we are more alike than we are different. The Vikings relied on all members of their communities to contribute to the collective well-being, as well as fulfilling their personal fate and spiritual energy. To the Vikings, this is a combination, the personal striving for excellence in a chosen field and the responsiveness to the needs of the community as a whole, was a recipe for a successful society. The ruin Manos asks for both unapologetically. This ruin also indicates a need for stronger connections between gods and man. For greater trust in the divine, it is also believed that the gods gave us our gifts, but that it was up to us to push fate along and achieve our full potential. The waste of talent was a great source of sadness to the Norse. One did not squander good health, a good pair of hands, or an inclination towards poetry, music, or service to the gods, elements, air. Alright, Cancer, this is something here you're doing with community, alright, or where it affects the community here. Cancer is what I feel. Spiritually, in some way, maybe filling your potential, really working on yourself here, bettering yourself, and also bettering other people's lives here. So number 25 with the Void. The Void. Possibility, still undecided by the gods, things in a flux. A little mystery is a positive thing. Knowing that we don't know is a great place from which to begin to learn. There is great potential in your current position. The fate of the issue is not yet decided. It says the fallow field, the burial mound after all have gone, the slate after the wind, the broom after work, midnight sun, clear wind, empty seed pod, the snow as it falls upon itself. I am the Void. The Void, represented as a Blake stone or piece of wood, was included to remind us that sometimes not knowing is the best way forward. While it's not a part of the Elder Futhark, it grew to be a part of metaphysical and divinatory processes. But the Void does not mean absolute emptiness. Rather, it suggests that fate has not yet decided about the subject presented. It may also mean that the way is completely open to our own will and creative force. Yes, it says, the way is open and it's all up to you. This may be both a welcome message and a daunting one. Consider a fallow field. It breathes and rests, yes, but is not truly empty. It is full of the good earth, waiting for the seeds to be laid within it. It is waiting to support the new growth, to create. Like the fallow field, the Void, too, looks empty, but is in fact full of possibility and choice. Cancer, this is completely up to your own free will. Nothing's set in stone here about the things you're doing, things that you're wanting to do. It's on your own free will, your next actions, what you choose to do and not do. You understand? You have a lot of potential here in your life, Cancer. 26. So we have Fenrir. There's no power in endings. Let go of your hatred. Belittling others to make yourself feel superior is never wise. Do not automatically fear those whom you may not fully understand. First impressions are not always correct. It says, I am ravenous, my mouth open, yaw, lined with great white teeth. I chase the light. I eat, too, the darkness you offer. My eyes see all, yes, even you. And I taste the flesh of the betrayers. I wait soon. Vikings both greatly admired and feared the wolf. An apex predator, wolves not only competed with the Norse peoples for wild prey, they also killed farmers' livestock and ate the flesh of the dead warriors left on the battlefield. Yet these same animals were understood to be protective, family-oriented, and to play an important role in maintaining the ecological balance. While Odin's Hall, the haven of Valhalla, was guarded by wolves, perhaps the most frightening of all Norse images of destruction is that the giant wolf Fenrir eating the moon and sky at Ragnarok. Also Sol and Mani, sun and moon, were said to have been chased by two wolves, one called Hate, and the other Skull, Mockery, sons of the fearsome Fenrir. This also presents us with a mythos where two light-bringing deities, Sol and Mani, were constantly threatened by two dark emotions, hate and mockery, a good indication of how Norse felt about the value of those emotions. However, it is Fenrir, in another one of those mythos, who is seen to be betrayed. It's prophesied that the three Loki's children would destroy the world at Ragnarok, when Fenrir and his two siblings, a serpent named, I don't know how to pronounce that, and a giantess named Hel, were seen to grow more powerful each day. The gods began to worry. Odin asked they all be brought to him. Then Odin threw one into that deep sea that lies round all lands, and Hel was given the realm of Helheim, from whence she could not escape. This left Fenrir for the gods to deal with. The gods approached Fenrir, telling him they wanted to test the strength of some bindings against his power. Fenrir, who was suspicious, said they could do so, but only if one of the gods put their right hand into his mouth for insurance. The god volunteered. He put his hand in the huge jaws of Fenrir, and when the gods bound Fenrir to fast a huge stone, Fenrir bit off Tyr's hand while we can sympathize with the gods for trying to save their world. We can also feel justice in Fenrir's savage reaction. The Norse knew we should never allow the wolves of hate, mockery, or suspicion run free in our lives. Therefore, we should refrain from automatically fearing that which we don't understand and to seek to understand those who are different from ourselves. Okay, Cancer. So this is like... I feel like this can be understanding some parts of yourself here as well as other people around you. Okay, new things, new people. Not really placing judgment on it before you like see it and understand it first. We have number 36. Or number 33 actually, which comes first. It says something is coming to an end only to have something new take its place. We're all subject to the cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. With death comes an opportunity to start afresh. No matter how difficult the situation is, it is not an end of the world. The wolf, open-mouthed and wild, swallows the sun and the moon. Everything sinks, it is gone, we think it is dead, we don't. And yet life rises, the seeds sprout, and light floods the land again. Ragnarok is the end stage of the cycle of the Norse mythos. This is where the gods are defeated, the land is destroyed, and all life is extinguished. The mighty wolf Fenrir breaks his bonds and swallows the sun and the moon, and all things sink into dark and void as they come to an end. The cycles of central mythos, birth, life, death, and rebirth, are reflected both in many traditional stories as well as in the lives of Norse people. Dawn and dusk, light and dark, full moon to dark moon. The cycles of plants and of births and deaths of people themselves revealed themselves day after day. In mythos, the battle between all extremes play out until, with Ragnarok, the end is played out. One should not view Ragnarok through the filter of Christianity ends of days scenario, nor as a punishment, nor with an end of day finality. Ragnarok is actually reflective of the cycles of nature and illustrates the idea that everything runs its course, transforms, and reforms. After all, mythos tells us that after Ragnarok, the gods again begin to rise. Light again returns, and the cycle begins again. Okay, Cancer. So this is like new cycles happening for you. Rebirth, like letting go, endings here. But you're obviously working on something new. Something new has caught your interest. And not really fearing the new, right? So, that is all I have for you. And like I said, first link in the description down below for a personal reading. You also go on my Etsy shop, go and go buy something. Really appreciate that. And if you want to see more content, don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.